Today we are looking at Swan and all of the different places that it takes place in the studio. We're looking at the Swan on the mat, where we are holding the handles. We are extending the spine, pulling the chest forward and up, and really connecting the arms into the back. The seat is squeezed. The heels are squeezed together. The inner thighs are squeezed. Now, beyond just the basic swan, now you can see a swan dive. This version is a slow rock where we keep the hands on the handles. A slightly more advanced version is to let go of the handles as we rock forward to catch the handles as we come back up. This is known as the rock and catch. The full advanced version of the swan dive on the mat involves lifting into the extension, releasing the arms, and diving. Ideally, the feet would be staying together. After any extension, the back deserves a good stretch. So remember that we're always going to round the spine after a swan. We can also perform the swan up on any barrel, the spine corrector as seen here, or a smaller barrel. That's ideal for people that might not have as much mobility in the upper back. Now, if we take it to a diving swan on the barrel, this makes it more advanced as you're playing with balance. And it's just a really strong exercise for the entire back chain of the body. As you can see here, we also do swan on the reformer. This is performed on the long box. There's a large spinal extension at the beginning and then a smaller extension at the end. Later in the reformer repertoire, there's an optional second long box, and you can see that we can perform swan facing the foot bar. This one involves just holding the exact same shape through the entire body and with control rocking forward and down and then up and back. Another place where we do the swan is on the ladder barrel. So here's a version where the feet stay down at the ground. There's one large, full spinal extension, followed by a plank, and then a very small upper back extension, and then a lifting of the stomach, rounding of the spine back over the barrel. Okay, the full version of swan on the barrel involves bent legs to begin, with the feet on one rung, arches pressing in. After the large arch, we go to a plank, a very small arch of the upper back, and lifting the stomach, rounding the spine over the barrel. And then we're going to stand on the floor and just roll up again through that really nice rounded spine. We can also take a look at swan on the Wonder chair. This version involves holding the body in a plank position, doing 3 pumps of the arms, similar to a push-up. And then it's just a smaller swan, a lifting forward of the chest, connecting the arms into the back, keeping the seat squeezed, inner thighs hugged, and heels together. A more challenging version on the Wonder chair is to take one arm off to the side. Now, this is more of a challenge for balance, symmetry, and evenness through the body. Requires a lot of strength in the abdominals and seat to not twist or to lift one side more than the other side. The sequence is the same, 3 arm pumps, and then a lift of the chest. The neck gently extends as well as we gave forward. And then on the Wonder chair, we can also do the swan dive. So this is just like we did on the second long box on the reformer. The body maintains its shape from head to heels. The weight of the body rocks forward and down, and then up and back. The pedal is also moving up and down, so we're negotiating the tension of the spring with the arm connection to the back. And to come off the wonder chair, we walk under the chair, drop the head, roll up through the spine to give that back that nice counter stretch. We also do swan on the Cadillac. We're holding the push-through bar. We can do a small swan just through the upper spine, keeping the arms straight ahead, pushing into the bar to connect the arms into the back, shoulder blades connected, really awakening the lats, the rhomboids, the serratus, the low traps, and of course the spinal extensors. We have that same challenge that we saw on the wonder chair on the Cadillac, where we can take one arm off of the push-through bar to the head and really challenge our stability through the lumbopelvic region, which is just our low spine and our pelvis. Now we can also do a bigger swan on the Cadillac, which just requires a ton of shoulder girdle mobility and spinal mobility. This might be one of our biggest swans. We are supported somewhat with the spring, but it takes a ton of abdominal strength to ensure length through the low back and middle back so we don't crunch up the back, and tons of seat strength to keep those heels squeezed, hip bones down, again to protect the low back from over bending. So enjoy all of the different places you can do swan. Make sure to start smaller and slower and build yourself up, and always give your back a wonderful round stretch at the end.